Family, welcome to another episode of the Still Dope podcast, chopping it up with Chris. Oh, Lord Jesus, Married at First Sight, episode 14. Let's get right into it. Hey, Shahida. Hey, Chris.
Hey,
Who we talking about first? We're talking about Haley and Jacob first,
Haley,
right?
please let me talk about Haley.
Okay, go.
You got the
First
floor.
of all, I think she's so disrespectful. She completely misses the point and cannot look beyond herself with this bracelet and his feelings. She does not give a shit about his feelings whatsoever. We didn't even know about the bracelet.
No,
we didn't even know about this whole bracelet thing.
I had no clue about that.
Day 3, day 7, day 17. The fact that he bought her as a token of their marriage and says an $800 really beautiful bracelet, I guess, which she thought was a necklace, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I don't get that.
And then she gives it to her mother, and it's with her mother in Alabama. And he says, well, it'd be nice if you had the bracelet. And she's like, well, you don't have my hat, the $20 Alabama hat that he still has there. And he's totally valid in his emotions by saying, well, that's how you treated our relationship. Mm-hmm. With this total disregard from my feelings. He kept bringing it up because his feelings were hurt. That she didn't care about the gift that he gave her from, I guess, the kindness of his heart, but she still can't get it. Even after Dr. Pepper said, well, that is kind of, discounting his feelings. And she's like, oh, well, I don't know why he keeps bringing it up. And then with the mother edifying her whole thing and making, she has no idea what she's been like in this relationship. Mm-hmm. And Haley knows that her mother doesn't know that. And just telling her what he's doing or he's saying, if she had kept the bracelet in the first place, none of that stuff would have happened. But she wants someone to back her up like her mother because she doesn't know, and it's just telling all the negative things that he's doing, and they're not negative. It's just he's hurt.
But also, it's not negative because she's lying.
Right.
Because she lied about the bracelet for her mother because he didn't want the bracelet back. The mother was all like, oh, why would he want to give you a gift and then take it back? That's not what he said at all. So she lied and misled her mother. So of course her mother's going to say, well, I'm sorry that you're going through this or whatever. But yeah, she's a horrible person, and she's been a horrible person the entire time. And everything that Dr. Pepper said went straight over her head.
Because she is who she is. And here's the thing. If I choose to go on a show called Married at First Sight, and the man that I'm marrying has no clue who he's about to meet, and he sends me on the wedding day, I open up the box and it's an infinity bracelet, necklace, whatever. I would take it out. Yeah. And I would, if the man sends you, I take it out the box, and if it's a necklace or a bracelet, I'm putting it on. Right. And I am going to walk down the aisle to meet him for the first time, and he's going to see as I walk up to the aisle and be like, boom, here, and guess what? I got the tattoo to prove it, my double infinity. I'd be like, pie right there. I got the bracelet on. Thank you. Even if I didn't like it. Right. I would wear it.
Out of respect for your new husband, put the bracelet on, woman.
Put it on.
He's like, well, I was rushing. I got it, and then I was rushing to go down and get married. Yeah, to him. And it'd be nice to him. And she gave him for the gift of Alabama.
The University of Alabama hat that he didn't. He didn't go to. He has no affiliation to Alabama.
Other than
why would you do that?
Other
than her. But why would you do that? She did that because she was. Listen, we know how women work. She gave him the hat because she was setting him up to be like, oh, well, if this marriage works, you're going to be coming with me to Alabama, and we going to Alabama games with my family, and you're going to have to be an Alabama Crimson Tide fan. That's where she was coming from.
That's fine. But the thing is how she reacted about the bracelet. I don't know how she mistook a necklace for a bracelet. She thought it was.
Well, she never took it out.
Yeah, she never took it out of the box.
She didn't take it out of the box. And then she sent it. How dismissive. How dismissive. See, this is what I don't like when people don't be dismissive. She just literally looked at it. Oh, great. And gave it to her mama. And it went back to Alabama with her mama.
I didn't get that part.
And the first time that he brings it up and he says, she's like, oh, she said, I love the necklace. He's like, which says to him, you didn't even take it out of the box. You didn't even right. The box. It was a box. I'm so sorry. When they're having shit, I'm so sorry. That is the moment where she should be like, oh, let me go get this bracelet and put it on as soon as possible. Just out of respect for my husband. And just to kick off the whole thing again with her, she's so competitive and hates losing so damn much that she was so upset about the putt-putt golf.
The putt-putt?
So upset about that.
I wanted to throw a glass at my TV.
That, oh, you didn't hit any of the baseballs? Oh, I beat you in racing? Oh, I beat you in this? And then when she loses, and he's even the whole way. He's like, oh, well, you won. Oh, you lost. Oh, yeah, we're competitive. And then he didn't talk shit to her about saying, I'd been like, I kicked your ass, Haley. You golf.
Can I ask you guys a question? The thing of when she was talking to Dr. Pepper, and I think Dr. Pepper asked her what was something about him, I guess, that annoyed her. I don't know. I don't know if that was quite the question.
His shoes.
And that was what annoyed her. My question to you and Chris is the way somebody dresses. And granted, she never met him before. Is that a hard no for you?
No.
No, but this is outside of the realm of normality. This is married at first sight. So whatever you get, that's what you have to deal with, right?
And because it's married at first sight. So your mentality, your psyche has to go with, obviously, if you're going on a show like Married at First Sight, your shit has had zero luck in finding love or a spouse. Hence why you're going on a show like Married at First Sight and going through this whole process. So if these professionals are finding you someone for you, you may not like the way that they look. You may not like the way that they dress. But at the end of the day, if it was me, I'd be like, there's something about this person that they're matching him with me. So I may not like his outfits. I may not like his face. I may not like his shoes. I may not like how he lives, but there's something about him. My psyche would be like, I'm going to have to cast that aside and get to know him. And I'm going to work with it. Because at the end of the day, you can fix clothes. Right. You can fix shoes. You can fix decor in the house. Right. But maybe you can kind of fix ugly. But at the end of the day, if he's ugly and he's not physically or aesthetically attracted to you, what he brings to the table, you can fall in love with.
And so what if he's comfortable like that? Let him be comfortable like that.
Right.
How is that a reflection on you?
I don't care if he wants to wear a members only jacket. Wear your members only jacket.
But that's something too, as your spouse, when you're with somebody, they do kind of change to a little bit of your style. So I thought that she was, but it's a maturity level. And we said that from the beginning, that she's just not mature. And as old as she is, I just don't see it getting any better because she's what?
Selfish.
And that's what it really kind of boils down to. She's selfish, she's immature, and she's not a diva. I really don't think that she's a diva, even though that he said it. I think that she's more of an a-hole than anything.
Yeah, she's an asshole. I agree with you on that. When I was watching it, I was like, when she's like, I'm not a diva. She got all tight. And she's like, I'm not a diva. And I'm like, no, you're not. I'm a diva. I will own that. I'm like, I will own that. But I'm like, bitch, you ain't a diva. Because I can work with
shit. She dresses so great. Because I'm looking at her and I'm like, I dress better than her.
Right.
She don't have
she ain't no supermodel. She ain't got no ass. She's got a whole pie face. Because when you look at her from the side, her whole face is fucking flat. Let's not get it twisted.
Why she can't? Well, I don't understand why she can't embrace the fact. Like if it was a normal situation, you're like, oh my, well, he can't really dress, but it's his quirky personality. That's how he's comfortable that one. That's my husband. That's how it.
But here's the thing.
That's my husband. He likes to wear jean shorts at a thing. She's all judgment, like you wore that at a so and so. Oh my God! Like why would you?
What you fail to realize when I watched that and that picture came up with his little booty shorts on and his little shirt, because I am visual. All I saw when that picture came up, all I saw was his guns and his legs and them shorts. He could have been in a friggin' Miami Vice, what is it, banana hammock, thong, and a wife beater. And I'd have been like on the golf course and I'd have been like, ooh, look at those guns and the legs. Oh, I'm all up in that.
You can work with the clothes.
I can work with that.
You can buy him stuff. You can dress him.
But not the way she does it.
Not the way she did it. She did it trying to change him.
It's a subtle movement.
Right.
What you might like.
And as a woman, you know a man can be manipulated into what you want.
Exactly.
Easily.
Because
he don't. As long as he's comfortable, he'll wear anything. If you put
as long as he's comfortable and he loves you.
These special sneakers. Oh, I don't know if I like them. Try them on, babe. Try them on. Okay, well, these sneakers are kind of nice.
I've done it. I've done it in my life.
Sneaker that looks like a shoe that looks good that he would love.
Yes.
I mean, there's just all kind of things that she could do to work around that.
Yes.
I mean, and I've done that. I've done that in relationships where I've been like, I may not have liked, how he dressed. That's fixable. But I'd be like, we're in it because I liked him and I liked his personality and I liked how we got on. But I'd be like, okay, I'm going out shopping today. I'm going out shopping for shoes for myself or clothes for myself. And I walk through the men's department. I'm like, ooh, that shirt would look good on him. And I do it as a surprise. Oh, I was shopping for myself. I spent like $500 on myself. But, I found you this shirt. I saw this shirt that you would look sexy in. And
she has no regard for his feelings.
None.
No. That's what
so
it boils down to.
Just as a human being. As a human being. You can see someone hurting or upset, or it means, he's bringing up you're going to bring up the bracelet thing again? Yeah, because you haven't acknowledged the fact that it hurt his feelings.
And the fact that when Dr. Pepper called her out on it,
thank you,
she took offense to it. Like you saw her whole face was like, oh, what? Oh no!
And that's why
it's
she
always
about
about
her mother to get somebody on her side.
Right. And that's why her mother, when she was talking to her mother, having that conversation, I was like, oh, mommy, you don't know the half of this. You're only listening to your child, your daughter, which most mothers would do. If I was a mother and that was my daughter calling me and she wasn't giving me the whole facts, I'd be like, oh, girl, please, I'm Federal Expressing that shit. Bitch, I'll drive that shit back to you myself. Exactly what mama said. I already know that. That would be me.
But even the mother should have known better, like, hey, honey, you wear the brace. I mean, if she's been married and has a successful marriage, she should be like, honey, you should wear. You know what? He's upset about whether.
That's not how she told the story.
I know.
The way she told the story was he wanted the bracelet back. So his mother,
when she first got it at the wedding, when she first gave it to the mother should have been like, honey, put it on. Like, put it on.
Right. Exactly. Her bridesmaids, her mother, everybody that was in the room with her, when she opened that shit up and was like, I got the bracelet, and they were like, oh great. They should have been like, put that shit on, take it out, put it on. Nobody would have to tell me. If I'd have opened it up, I'd been like, ooh, I'm taking it out. Whether it's a necklace or a bracelet, I'm putting it on. And she's like, well, I had the high neck. When she said I had the high neck dress, I was like, I don't care if it was a high neck dress, turtleneck dress. If it was a necklace, I'd have put that shit on for him.
I probably wouldn't have put it on for my wedding if I already had my stuff picked out. But for my reception, I would have put it on.
I would have put it. See, that's the difference. I would have put if he sent me that. Thing,
even
if it's a necklace or a bracelet, I'd have put it on.
Little bracelet that
right. No. This is when she thought it was a necklace. Right. I'm just saying.
Take it
out the box, bitch. That's what I'm saying. Take it out the box.
I'm just saying.
Not her. I'm talking to her. Take it out the box.
Damn.
But Shahida, at least you would have taken it out and seen that it wasn't a necklace if it didn't work. And a bracelet you can get away with.
Bam.
bracelet, a thin infinity bracelet that your husband-to-be just gave you. And you gave him an Alabama baseball cap.
Right. I could never even fathom. I don't give a damn. I ain't giving no man, the man that I'm about to marry, whether it's on Married at First Sight or regular marriage, I ain't giving you no baseball cap. I mean, that's simple. She's an ignoramus. And the fact that she was compared like tit for tat. Well, I gave you a hat. And I'm like, yo, a $20 hat is not in comparison to an $800 bracelet.
And the only reason why he said it was $800 is because she tried to equate the two.
Right.
And then she used that against him with her mother.
Right.
Again, but lying to her mother.
Right.
Basically.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about her anymore. I don't want to talk about it.
We're done with that. Listen, all I'm going to say, listen, percentages, I give them 0%. Right. Listen, they're done. When I watched the episode today, they're done.
You were doing the
percentages,
the split, right? So now, do you believe that he's going to say no on the couch?
I still think he's going to. I think they're both going to say no. But
I think they both will.
I still think him as a man, and he really would love to be married, and even would be married to her if she would act right or act like a human being. I still think he's going to say. Under 50% is obviously no. I still think he's 20%, and she's 0. I'll give
she's 0. Yep, I give it to you.
And if she said yes, Chris, he would be now maybe 50% because I don't know if he'd be like but she's never going to say it's not even so it's a 0.
It's not going to work.
I'm giving him
it's not going to work.
30% that he's going to say no. I don't think he likes her at this point.
That's a 20%. Yeah, you do the reverse thing. It's 20.
I think it's done. It's a done deal.
Anyway, okay. The next one I think we should talk about is Clara and
Chin and Elf. Let's call it what we call them. Chin and Elf. We don't call them by their real names.
Can I start on this one?
Go, Shahida.
Okay. I listened to him talk to her mother, and I listened to him talk to Dr. Pepper, and I'm like, this boy, he can talk. He can even do the right things, like as far as paying her a certain amount of attention. There is no reason why he shouldn't be having sex with her. Something is clearly wrong with him because he's just a smooth talker. At this point, I think he's manipulative. I think he's a liar. And I'm almost afraid for Clara. Because you don't know who this person is at all.
Do you really want to call a spade a spade?
What?
I think he's gay. I think he's gay. And the reason why I say that, and I might get myself in trouble, but the only reason why I say that, I think he's gay because he is so unnerved. This episode today, when they were like, the whole sexual intercourse, he is a whole grown ass man. And every time the subject of intercourse came up, he purses his lips. I'm a nurse and I assess people, and I watch his lips purse, and he's like, it's so disturbing for him.
I think you can. I think
he's conflicted. I think he's conflicted because he comes from two religious parents that are pastors. Okay, hear me out. He comes from a Creole. Listen, there are a whole lot of gay men that are married.
Oh, no. Oh, you're talking about. Oh, you're saying he's. I thought you.
I think he's gay. No, I think he's gay, and I think the only reason why he is trying the most.
Okay, I got you.
To have this marriage and do all this is because he comes from a Creole religious family. His parents are pastors. And it's all about them. He does not want to disrupt that because go ahead.
The whole season of The Bachelor, that man just came out as gay.
Chris, that's a whole nother podcast.
A whole season of The Bachelor about you, not being a bachelor for The Bachelorette. He was the bachelor with all these women and obviously went through the whole thing, got married, did all that stuff.
Oh,
and did you see?
Chris, wait a minute. Let me stop you. Let me stop you. Not only did he do The Bachelor, he started out as a contestant on The Bachelorette.
Right.
Then he committed a trifecta of fraud. He went to The Bachelorette, then he went to Bachelor in Paradise, then he was The Bachelor.
Oh,
How the hell 3 damn shows on network television, or have conflictions, you gay at this point.
And Billy Eichner, The Streets with Billy.
I love him.
Did you see it on one of the episodes? He was on it, and he said, "Colton, just come out and say you're gay," as a joke.
Everybody was saying that
as a joke, and then just wrote an apology to Colton saying, "I'm so proud of you to coming out this and the other," and he was right. So if he can do 3 shows, just like Tanya just said, where he's gay, he doesn't know if he's gay or not, or
no, he knows.
Chin is gay. He's got to be gay.
Think he's gay?
He's gay. I think he's gay. And here's
the
thing. Here's the thing. After the Colton thing, I saw that shit on Good Morning America, and I was infuriated. Listen, don't get it twisted. To each their own. I am all for everything. But at the end of the day, do not, if you are conflicted in your sexuality, or if you are like, I'm gay, if you're like, I'm gay, but I'm too ashamed to admit it, and I don't want to bring it out in my family because I got religious issues, or no, don't go. Stay by yourself. Don't friggin' go on 3 episodes on a major national network and involve people's emotions. That's what infuriated me. I don't give a shit about Colton coming out as gay, and I know we're deflecting.
Right.
I don't give a shit about Colton coming out as gay. I respect him that he's out, and I'm happy for him. But at the end of the day, if I was one of those women contestants on The Bachelor or Bachelorette or whatever the hell, Bachelor in Paradise, and I'm sitting there kissing him, hugging him, developing emotions for him, and all the while all the while he is not interested in me.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that. And I'm going to have a problem with ABC, Colton, and the whole Bachelor series. I have a problem with that. I think these networks, Lifetime, all these single shows, the reality shows, Married at First Sight, they should put a disclaimer in there when they're screening these people. Is there a possibility that you could be gay? Yeah. We're not going to blow your spot up, but we need to know, because you cannot commit emotional terrorism if we're going to fucking judge Chris, not you, Chris, but the other Chris Williams with Paige. If we're going to fucking lambast Chris Williams with Paige on the emotional terrorism he inflicted on her, then Colton is no different. Because you just literally committed a fraud.
Yeah,
times
back
3.
to Ryan.
Going back
times 3.
Right.
Ryan, it would be the same.
And that's why I think Ryan is gay.
And I agree with both of you. I believe because there's something wrong. And it has to be a sexuality in his religion. But also the things that he says, when he said that he doesn't want to use the word love because you can say a thing too much. Right. And then he was saying about, Dr. Pepper, he makes no sense.
Right.
None. So maybe he is gay because he really just doesn't want to be.
And if he's never told a woman he's loved them, maybe there's a reason for that.
And he's so repulsed. He's repulsed. I have a lot of gay friends. Y'all, I'm a nurse. I work in hospitals, multiple hospitals, with a lot of gay male nurses. And when I bring up the conversation of vaginas, they go full on like, I don't want to talk about that shit with you. Ew. They are repulsed. He is repulsed every time Dr. Pepper or Clara brings up sex.
All right, let's get to the percentages with them because we are cut
0.
This is tricky. No, this is tricky because I genuinely think that she obviously really wants it. I think she's in love with him, and I think she has to have asked herself that question before: is he gay? Mm-hmm. And doesn't want to.
I think she has confidence in the show. I think she believes in the show that they won't set her up that way. So I believe she's going to be hurt in the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think they're both going to say yes.
I do too.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. I think he's going to say yes because, of course, he's a closeted man and he doesn't want to upset his parents and the whole religion thing. And she's just so in love with him. So they're going to try to make it work.
She makes excuses for him. She doesn't even when she's confronted, like Dr. Pepper, when they confront her with, did you guys talk about the issues that you had? And she's like, yeah, we worked it out. I'm like, you did? Oh,
no, you didn't.
It didn't seem like you worked it out. None of us think you worked it out. How come you think you worked it out? No.
Right.
She's almost like a battered woman with him, the way she really defends him.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's like she doesn't want to do anything that will upset him. You would see her when she's sitting next to him and she wants to kind of like, say something, but you can see her holding it all back.
She wanted to dope slap his ass after the whole letter writing thing today, when she laid her emotions out in that letter. And she's like, the letter to herself. And she's like, never be afraid to express your love. Life is too short. And I got verklempt. When she said that shit, I was like, ooh, girl, you speaking to my soul right now. Because that's how I am. And then he was like, I wouldn't change nothing. And she was like sitting there on the couch. She was like, well, when her confessional, whatever she was saying, she's like, that's all he can come up with? Okay. And I was like, it's not okay.
I don't know one person that I know on this earth that has not regretted one thing or had something to tell themselves about their life. They say, I may have made this choice. I decided to do this, but maybe I would like to have told myself this.
Especially if you're talking about your teen years. They were supposed to be writing letters to their younger self. Come on, there's a whole lot of things.
Oh, I got a whole 25-page dictionary about that shit.
Yeah. So again, I 90% for them to make it. Let's move on to the next one. Wait, I didn't get your percentages. I'm sorry.
No, I think that they're going to make it. I think that they will stay married because she's into it. They'll stay married. Individually,
I think he's 80, 90%, but I think she's well, I guess she's 70, 80.
I kind of hope that she divorces him.
I do too.
I want her at the end on the couch to be like, I want a divorce, but I don't see it. I give her, if we have to do it individually, I'm going to give him like a 90% because he's closeted and he's scared. But for her, I think I give her
a little less.
Yeah. I give her like
90.
I give her like 75.
I give him a 90.
I give her like 75.
Oh, okay. I forgot I did the math wrong again.
No, that's right. That was right.
I thought you was looking at me like,
no. That 90 is 90. Right.
All right. So Eric and Virginia.
We got our thing. So
Eric and Virginia.
Are we gonna go? No, wait. Let's save the best. Oh, in your sister's words, let's save the best for last. Let's go to friggin' what's his name? Brianna and Vinny. That's easy, quick.
I liked when she talked about her whole colorism issue, and it's so funny because
I did like that
last week.
I like that,
and how I think this was a much better light for her than it was last week. Yeah. She still needs to realize that she needs to let that man sleep, but I think she had a much better week as far as understanding. Because I can't get over that part. That to me is so silly. And if you're willing to put yourself out there for something that silly, then you'll do it again for something else in the marriage. So you need to kind of nip that in the bud right now. And now I understand why he is so accommodating, because what he said about his life growing up and how, he didn't feel like he got all the love that he needed. You can see that. And how he expresses himself, and that's why he's so expressive. But he could have gone the opposite way, but he didn't. So he's very expressive in his love, and she needs to do the research about the baby whole situation and come to a compromise. She needs to learn how to compromise better.
Okay, so here's the thing: when I watch, as coming from a healthcare perspective. When I was watching that episode with Dr. Pepper and she brought up the whole adoption thing, and I was like, okay, fine. I get it that is a serious issue. Like Brianna's high blood pressure is a serious issue with regard to getting pregnant. If she has high blood pressure at like 30 or 29, however old she is, it's not a good look for her to get pregnant. But
20s, like 27.
Yeah, but what Dr. Pepper should have said to her and Vinny is, I would have taken the adoption thing off the table because we already know how Vinny is. Vinny is a hardcore Dominican man. You know, we're all three of us are from the Northeast. You know how Dominican men are. They want their own children.
Yeah.
And I would have said
most people want their own children.
Well, right. Yes.
And adoption is something that they think of later, but you know.
And he wants 4 too.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I was Dr. Pepper, or if I was the professional in this situation, I would have said to Vinny, because you know that's a sore subject to Vinny. Vinny wants his children. He wants his legacy. I would have said to Vinny and Brianna, if Brianna can't physically, because she said it, if Brianna can't physically carry a child, how about I would have taken adoption off the table and brought up surrogacy. Because at the end of the day, surrogacy, if they're spending $9,000 a month, they did that budget last week. If you can afford $9,000 a month on your bullshit, oh hell, you can afford a fucking surrogate.
Yeah.
Get a surrogate, get your egg out, take your egg out. He can get his sperm, make your baby, pay someone to carry it. Now you got your baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would bring up the surrogacy thing, not adoption. That's not what any man wants to hear, unless it's the absolute final resort. You have to. I'd go with surrogacy and be like, you can still have your children. Your wife isn't going to birth them, but it is your wife and yours children.
Mm-hmm. And I think when they do the research or whatever, that option will probably come up for them. But then I also think that too. I mean, I get her fear. I definitely get
it. But and if I was her with that high blood pressure, if I was at her age with that led me to believe that she has a familial history of hypertension. She shouldn't be 20-something years old, active, skinny, healthy, normally healthy with high blood pressure. She's got that high blood pressure because of her ancestry.
That's why I have it. I mean,
right.
I didn't get it until I was like 40, but I'm just saying that's why I have it. And
right.
I know people in my family that are huge and eat worse than I do and don't exercise, and they don't have high blood pressure.
But for her to have it at that young of an age, that is a factor. That's a risk factor for her if she gets pregnant, because your blood pressure goes up anyway when you're pregnant. So if she already has high blood pressure, that is a potential risk for her life and her baby's life. You don't want to be in that position to choose between. As a man, you don't want to be in a position to choose. You know, when she's given birth, she might get pregnant and carry it to term. But when she delivers it, there might be complications, and there might be a decision that needs to be made of the man. Are you going to choose your child, or are you going to choose your wife? Who lives? I would never ask that of a mate of mine. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'd go, instead of the adoption route that Dr. Pepper put out there, I'd go with surrogacy and say, yes, it's expensive, but if you want your own biological children, you can do this, but go the surrogacy route.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I don't think she's compromised on anything.
No.
I have not seen her compromise once.
She wasn't compromising on the sleeping patterns.
I've seen him do, okay, well, this and that. I have not seen her.
No.
With the sleeping thing, you don't think that she kind of, because they said, I'm asking a question, because he said, Dr. Pepper asked him, have you come to a resolution? And he said yes. And I wrote down in my book, okay, maybe I missed it. Did they come to a resolution? Because he felt that they did.
No. I think he succumbed to it, because she was like, well, why can't he just wake up earlier? And that wasn't a compromise.
I don't understand at all. It's like, that's what he's trying to tell you. He doesn't want to wake up earlier, even if he goes to bed, even if he's on his phone till well after midnight. He should be able to sleep when he wants to sleep. I mean, this is stupid having this argument, but he should be able to sleep when he wants to sleep. And her whole thing was him just doing what she asks him to do.
Right.
And the whole thing about, okay, maybe just not sleeping on the weekend, so that we can get our day started and have our breakfast together, or whatever. But Monday through Friday, I was surprised I didn't hear any of that either from the doctor.
But here's the thing: I don't care if you want to sleep in late. If I'm always an early riser. I don't care what time I go to bed. I am waking up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, maybe 2. I don't care if you don't want to wake up. That's not an issue for me. I don't care about that. I don't care. I don't eat breakfast like that. Like I don't make full on breakfast like that. I have like my, whatever, bagel, smoothie, whatever. I don't care about that. I don't need to sit at a table.
So let's do
this. Ain't the Beavers Cleavers.
Let's do percentages.
All right, let's do that. Percentages. All right, let's do that. I give them. I'm still gonna give them like an 85, 90%. I think they're gonna make it. I think they're gonna want to be with each other at the end of the day.
I 90 for both.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a divorce at this one.
No, they just have the relationship issues to work out.
I think it's more her.
It is her.
That she does marriage therapy when all the cameras and stuff are gone, because she does need some help in that bossiness area. It's not funny anymore.
And again, he's a Dominican man, and we know how they are. Like certain cultures, he's a man's man, and it's all about the machismo and all of that. And he doesn't want to ever be in a position where he's embarrassed.
I know you keep saying that, and it's true to a point, but he still has been very compliant with the things that she asked for.
I agree.
It would be the total opposite of a man's man, bullying and bulldozing her with his opinions. He's been very accommodating.
But it's funny to watch him.
Yeah, I agree.
When he disagrees with her, he'll go.
His whole face shows it. His whole face shows it.
To be like, right. His whole face shows when he doesn't want to like. But he keeps it in. He doesn't like.
And she should be glad for that, because then that should show her something. Okay, when he gets to that point, okay, let's kind of backtrack here and let's see how we can fix this. Where we're both comfortable, but she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. So all right, so I'm giving.
I think they're going to make it. I give them a 90, and I think they're going to make it. Chris, what say you?
Individual 90s, yeah.
All right, so all right. We're at 7:21, and we're
Virginia and Eric, real quick.
Let's go to the alcoholics. Yes, the alcoholics. Save the best for last.
Yeah. Okay, last week when you guys did the individual, you all were really convinced that she is going to say no. And I wrote down, I need you to explain to me why you think she's going to say no, because I don't think she's going to say no. And from what I saw this week, again, it kind of reiterates for me that she is very needy, very broken, and she's going to take whatever kind of love and affection that she can get. And if she gets it from him, she's fine. And I also think that all this stuff about her father, maybe that's what she's looking for.
Well, classic daddy issues. And you know what? I agree with you. Issues. Like last week, I was all for it. When I watched it today, I was like, I think I changed my tune. I think that she's going to stay with him. I don't think she's going to end this marriage. I think she's going to stay with him.
I agree. I don't think she's going to leave.
No, I don't either.
In the belief that I agree with all the things that you're saying and all doing the show and this and the other, but when it comes down to the final question of, do you want to be married to this man? He's controlling. He wants kids. He wants this, he wants that. Do you want to stay with the rest of them? She may say yes, but I think when it comes down to it, when it really comes down to the question of, because she thinks he's so controlling on basic marital issues.
Exactly.
Why is she fighting so hard?
What if it rains over at their house and I want to sleep over? No, I don't care.
You can't do that.
You don't sleep over a straight man's, no matter how long you've known them. You don't stay over a straight man's house when you're married like that.
No.
And she's like,
I don't give a damn how drunk you are. I don't give a damn how bad the weather is, because she kept pulling that shit out of her ass, Chris. Remember, she was like, well, I could be drinking, and then if the weather's bad, you expect me to just go home? Like, I can stay there. And I'm sitting there like, time out, bitch. Yes, go the fuck home. First of all, your drunk ass shouldn't be sitting on your man friend's couch drinking.
Well, what about when you're not here? Well, what about when you're not here? It doesn't matter, woman. You're married. You're married. Then don't get married. Period. Then don't get married. If that's going to inhibit you so much that you can't respect basic things of a marriage, of what is going to make a marriage work, which means the compromise that you have to have for yourself is, well, I guess I can't sleep over my straight friend's house anymore that I probably had sex with them before, and I probably won't again just because, I'm married now. But if you can't even give that up, why do you want to be married in the first place? She doesn't want to be controlled. She thinks he's controlling. He's so, oh God.
And wait, what really tripped me out was the sister-in-law. Remember the sister-in-law came and had drinks with her? Like Eric's sister-in-law. Yeah. Came and had drinks with her. That was Eric. She's married to Eric's brother, I guess. And they were having drinks. She's like, hey, girlfriend, hey. They're talking to each other. And then but the sister-in-law snapped up real quick when Virginia was flapping her gums, and sister-in-law's on the confessional like, I don't know why she doesn't understand that. Like, I don't understand why she doesn't understand that, why she should put her husband first. Like, it's your fucking husband. Like, you're tit for tat. I'm not a tit for tat bitch. I don't like that shit. Oh, well, you're on the road, on the plane, flying planes, and I'm here by myself. So I should be able to go out with my friends and sleep on my man friends' couches and potentially get violated by them or let them fall into me because I'm drunk.
Right. But let me ask a question, because I agree with everything that you guys are saying. But that part about when she says when he's away, and I thought it was actually kind of smart to plan her events with her friends, but I keep forgetting that she has all guy friends, and I'm thinking like girlfriends or whatever. I was thinking it was smart to hang out with them when he's away.
In a normal world, that would work, because if I was married to a pilot or someone that traveled all the time, listen, I travel for my job all the time, but if I had a boyfriend or a husband and I was like, when I'm in town, we're together, and then if I have to go away for a week or two, if he wanted to go hang out with his friends, I'm okay with that. But what you ain't gonna do, like with your boys, you can have your boys over to the house. Hell, you can even have your best girlfriends over to the house, as long as I know them and I know that nothing's transpiring. But at the end of the day, what you ain't gonna do is go over to your girlfriend's house or your boyfriend's house and spend the night. Oh no, bitch, you coming home back to our home. Exactly. You can go hang out with them.
But not only that, though, you should want to come home to your husband.
Thank you.
You want to spend time with your husband. You should want to put your past of your relationship with that behind and spend more time with your husband. Period. Yeah. He wants to be single.
She wants to be single. And
she wants the best of both worlds. She wants to be married. That's what she wants. The best of both worlds. Best of both worlds. She wants to be married and have that whole life, but you saw when she was cutting them limes and pouring them drinks, I was like, yes, classic Virginia. You can't have it both ways. Either you want to be single and out on them streets, or you're going to be married. Listen, you can have some fun, but if you married, you got to conform,
right,
to your spouse.
He's really brought it down to her too, of being like, I'm only asking these simple things. He's really paring it down to her. Look, I just want basic things, and she's like, well.
And I feel his pain, because it gets to the point. Yeah, it gets to a point where he's like,
we can have whatever.
How much more can I explain this to you? Like, you're not getting it, because when he tells it to her, and again, the assessment comes in, her whole mouth, her whole jaw, when he's talking to her, her whole jaw, whatever you call it, her whole jaw is like, which it leads me, she's annoyed. He starts getting in her ass and with basic shit, and she's just like, she don't want to hear it.
So that's why that's the only reason why I would say, when it comes down to that question, we can say it's all well and good. If I said to you, oh, would you climb Mount Everest? You're like, oh yeah, I would love to do that. But they say, okay, you ready to climb? You'd be like, That's a big ass mountain. I don't know if I can.
That's a lie. Stop lying.
So when it comes down to that last final thing of, do you want to be in a marriage with this man who's conservative like your dad, who controls you, who won't let you hang out with your friends, and who all that kind of stuff? Do you want to be married to him? I think she might say no. I think she's 50-50. I think she's 50-50.
I'm gonna. All right.
She's gonna say yeah.
I'm with you, Shahida. I'm on the fence. Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna give the both of them 80% because he is so enamored with her, and the way this episode, he was like, I just want to do as long as she's happy. Oh my gosh, she was doing her thing, dribbling, and he was like, I think he got a boner on that one, and he was like, I just want to do whatever it takes to make her happy. When we talked to her dad, he was like, I just want to make sure that she's happy and good, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I think she's got daddy issues and he just wants to be all up in her. He loves her. And I think it's 80% both of them. He wants to be all up in her. Hey, Chris, all right, so it's 7:30 on the dot.
He's no matter what, I think he thinks that she's going to come around eventually. She's going to see the light. I talked to her father. She's going to see the light. I have to have patience. And she's like, but well, we've had 3 good days.
I'm going to say this. I think I give him 80% to make it. I give him 80% to make it at the end of the series, that they'll stay married. But I don't, when it comes to long-term marriage or that marriage lasting, I give him like 10%. That ain't gonna last.
The thing is too, and I said this before, their sexual attraction is very high, and I think that's what.
Of course it is.
That's what keeps them together now, and that's why.
Of course it is. He's 10 years older than her.
Yeah, but for her too, she's obviously into it. She's into him. So
she likes a daddy.
With their sexual attraction being so strong, I feel that's why they keep coming back to, we can fix this, and we're so happy, because then they'll have an argument and then they'll go and have sex, and then they'll say, well, let's forget about that argument.
Right.
And move on. So that's why
the argument comes back up again.
What?
And then the argument comes back up again.
Exactly. They're blowing each other's backs out. I ain't mad at them. Listen, I ain't mad at them. Listen, I ain't mad at them. I would do that too if I had the opportunity.
Oof. I give him 80. I give her 55.
I give
them both an 80% to stay married after the show. But once the show goes off the air, once the show is ended, I give them a solid 20%. They ain't gonna last 6 months. No, I don't give them 6 months.
That's it. That's all for until next week. We'll
yeah. Listen, Paige, you're getting back together. Just kidding.
What? What'd you say?
You're not playing us this time.
What'd you say? What did he say? I missed that.
Chris and Paige are getting
back together.
Oh, you already know. Listen, I was waiting.
All right, we are closing out. We are saying good night and see you next week.
Peace out, everybody. Love you.
Yep, chopping up with Chris.
Chopping up with Chris. Chris, holla. Later. Bye-bye.